I'm not touching 8.3. Not with these eyes. And my 9 shoe. No way.
What are you thinking? My 9 shoe? 7.5.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Let's go, man.
You know what that means?
Small ween, right?
No.
Oh.
Small sauce. Right. What do you mean? Sorry. All right, go for it. All
right, I said, for me, 7.7. I gave you an 8.4.
I gave you a 7.8. Okay, you know what's terrible? This is what's terrible. I'm rating myself, and I'm like, okay, what's he? I'm like, am I going to give him a lower score than me? This is But then you gave me a higher score than you.
Right.
That's a dick move.
For you? Why?
I would say...
Can't we just be honest? And
yeah, I think
know
we're
that
being
you're
honest.
probably a little more attractive and I'm a little funnier?
I guess you're definitely funnier. Cut it out.
I'm just kidding.
Clip it. Who's laughing more in this podcast?
And I guess I'm doing pretty well.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Birdwatching Podcast, where we ask chicks questions to get answers for you guys. Not today, though.
I was like, I might be the wrong place.
You're like, am I supposed to be? We got a dude edition. Mr. Jordan Beau. How's it going, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, man.
Can I be straight honest with you?
Talk to me.
I was sitting here and I was thinking to myself, I'm like,
Yeah.
this makes me sound like an ass, but it's not intentional. Or I introduced myself to someone, which is good because I get a pass because we didn't even introduce ourselves because we met online.
Yeah, right.
And so I'll ask, hey, what's your name? Pleasure to meet you. And the second they say their name, I'm gone.
It's gone.
I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured out what I'm doing. But then I was like, we're going to start this podcast. And I honestly don't even know your name.
You don't know my name?
Can I get 3 guesses?
Yeah.
No, first guess is Andrew.
I'll go hot and cold, too.
Andrew sounds logical, like in my head.
It's not bad. I'd say that's like neutral. It's like, it's definitely not my name, but it's like a white kid name, I guess.
Andrew. Something with an M. We're going to go with Marshall.
Mark's my dad.
So I was close. That's like the same thing.
Yeah, so we'll just go with that. You can go
And then
Marshall.
the third one, honestly, at this point, I've run out of names, so I've got nothing. I'll just go with Jordan in case maybe we had the same name.
It's a J.
Is it?
Jack.
Jack. People are going to think I'm an ass right off the bat, but I'm just being honest here.
Yeah,
I thought
appreciate
about that. I should probably know his name.
No, it's all good, dude. We met on, so how we met, you hit me up on Instagram.
I did.
Just shot out a DM.
I know.
Slid into my DMs because I'm a hot piece of ass.
It's kind of sensual.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, now we're here. We're just shooting a potty. I love it, man.
Potty sounds like someone from Jersey saying party.
Yeah. You want to go potty?
Want to go potty?
Yeah. That's
potty
good.
with the shot. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Are you ADHD?
So much. That's why I said you try to keep me here, and I was like, I'm going to move.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's all good. It's all good. I love it, dude. All right, first thing we always do in the episode, start with Roost review. Try out a beverage, give it a rating. Rate it 1 to 10. You got to give a decimal because no decimals is rookie scores.
Of course. Also, where's Rooster come from?
Back home, we call beers roosters in Minnesota.
Oh, shit.
Like, you want to grab me a rooster?
Minnesota?
Minnesota. Yeah, baby.
Do you guys call us Pop?
Pop. Yeah.
Minnesota's Pop?
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it is weird.
So do I open this?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Have you had these before?
So I used to get these at Chipotle when I was like 10.
The cream one.
The cream soda one.
Okay.
Always.
Hey, cheers, dude.
Knock it.
Yeah.
And dock it.
I just run Tony. You drink? Nah, I don't drink. I got to review it. I'm not a soda guy.
Yeah, me neither. I never drink soda.
Unless it's a Shirley
Yeah, you are.
I'm manly. Yeah. I might as well be a chick at this point.
Yeah, right.
Dude, that's good. I like cream soda.
So do I.
Could use a little vanilla or something.
Yeah. Is it missing something, you think? I got to try it again.
It's actually not missing. What it has is sugar, and it just needs to have none of that. You know what I mean? We're trying to keep our physique tight.
Are you a health nut?
I'm going to say no. I'm not a health nut.
Like an aspiring health nut? Like, would you like to be on
I'm
keto
healthy.
365?
God, no. That sounds unfortunate. Like, here's what it is. I'm a foodie who wants to look and feel good.
Oh, okay.
So it's this dilemma I deal with on a daily basis.
That's a tough one.
All right.
You got a rating for it?
I'm trying to be like, you know, we mentioned Portnoy earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be stringent in the way that I review this. I'm thinking it is soda, so already it's just going to knock it. I'll rate it in the soda department, and I'll rate it outside the soda department. In the world of soda.
Gotta try it again.
It's a 7-1.
Yeah.
It's a 7-1. It's not bad. I drink it.
Yeah.
In the world of drinks in general, there's no chance I'm drinking 100.
You can hear him.
There's no chance I'm drinking 140 calories of that. It's not happening.
No, probably not. It's probably not worth it.
I had a Liquid Death on the way here. It was 20 calories, and it was arguably better than that.
I've heard good things about those.
Have you had them?
No.
You should do that.
Really?
And probably give them to your guests.
The water ones?
I've had them all. Their teas are great too.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like you've got like Prime Energy, and I'm not here to put them down because they send me product, but like I personally hate them.
Do you? And they send them to you?
All the time. And I give them away. Honestly, I support the brand.
Yeah.
I just don't like them.
You don't like the flavor.
It's okay, I don't like fake sugar that much, which is counterintuitive to what I just said, but dude, people put too much fake sugar and stuff, ruin it. So have you ever had a Prime?
Yeah. No, I haven't. No, I've never
Oh
tried
my God.
Too much.
People dilute them with water. Most people I know.
Really?
Dilute them with water.
So like they're that concentrated or
It's
what?
just so sweet.
Ah.
Oh no, dude.
Oh, you're good.
You got me burping.
We'll cut out burps.
No, dude, we keep them in. The Liquid Death is like the opposite. It's super subtle. Like their water has 20 calories of agave. So it's like when you're drinking a seltzered water that's flavored, you I don't know. I feel like I want like a little something that I don't get. And they gave it to me. And they make teas, and they're like super mellow, like Arnold Palmer's. Try them and give them to guests.
Yeah.
You'll get some good reviews.
We'll probably do that for season 4. I'm sure we'll try it. I don't know, some Liquid Death. I'll probably go with the iced tea. I don't know. I'll go with my rating real quick. Nostalgic factor definitely plays a part. I'm gonna go like 8.3.
Oof, that's tough.
Yeah, it is. And I don't even like soda, but like this is like if I'm gonna have a soda, I'd want a Jones cream soda.
This is like the classic Jones, huh?
Is
Jones known for cream soda?
I don't know. They have like some weird flavors. Like when I was there, they had like a chili flavor, like hot.
That's not good.
I know. Didn't look good to me.
They should undo that.
This one reminds me of my brother a little bit, my older brother. So I'm gonna go 8.3.
By the way, it's a 5.3 in general.
Yeah, for like just drinks.
For drinks, yeah.
For
I'm not drinking that.
7.1.
I'm gonna drink this one respectfully.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Cheers.
Yeah,
but that's about it.
Cheers. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, head scratcher. Give you a couple trick questions. If you can get 3 out of the 5 correctly, I'm gonna give you a scratch off. We'll see how much money you can win on the podcast.
Okay.
Perfect.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5, baby.
That's
not
easy.
that hard. It's like 60%.
Just no sports, okay?
No sports.
Don't.
All right. Are you ready for your first one?
Oh God, no.
I start out tall, but the longer I stand, the shorter I grow. What am I?
I start out tall.
Yep.
The longer I stand, the shorter I grow. These take me like 40 minutes. This would be a whole podcast. I start off tall.
Yeah. And we can cut some.
Also, bro, I have the memory of a shoe. I forgot the whole thing. The longer I stand, the shorter I grow.
So start out tall.
Yeah.
Longer you stand, shorter you grow. What are you?
The longer you stand.
Yeah.
What's standing? What things stand besides people? This is a stand.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm close.
Not a boom arm, but yep.
You're not worried I'm going to get it right now?
Like, I did not need to go to the gas station.
Oh, just give it to me. I'll take the L.
It's a candle.
I start off tall.
Longer I stand, shorter I grow.
That makes sense. I should have thought of that. That sounded kind of textbook.
We'll bounce back. Hey, you got 4 more.
4 more. I'm not even worried.
So much room for opportunity.
That's still like an 80%. I have a B. I'm good.
All right, let's go for that B-, baby. All right, here's your next one.
Oh, God.
2 is a duo.
There's more of these? All these?
It's all these.
Oh, my God.
It's all stumpers, man.
2 is a duo. Okay.
Yeah, 2 is a duo. 3 is a trio. So what do 4 and 5 make?
9.
They do make 9.
They make 9.
Let's go.
I can curse on here for sure. Yeah.
He's not stupid.
Well,
he just doesn't know about candles.
We're at like a 50%. So right now I'm pretty stupid.
Just don't go into like a Hobby Lobby with me or something.
No.
All right, here's your next one.
Okay.
What's something that gets warmer the more it cools?
Warm. I've heard some of these too.
Yeah.
It gets warmer the more it cools. Nothing.
Yep, you're right.
Ding. That'd be smart though.
Yeah.
If that was the answer, you'd stump me.
A couple of them are like that. Not today, I don't think. I don't have any.
Next time, make sure you put one in there that's literally like, that doesn't make sense. Like, wow, you're an idiot.
I'm like, and you did not win, unfortunately.
All
Sorry.
right, the warmer it gets, the more it cools. The cooler it gets, the more it warms.
What's something that gets warmer the more it cools?
God, warmer the more it cools. That's stupid. It goes against everything logically. So just tell me, I'll take an L.
An air conditioner?
Oh, like the unit itself? What if it's super efficient?
I don't know.
I bet you there's someone out there that can make me an AC unit that cools the cooler it gets. I'm just saying.
Possibly. You're gonna
I
have
some percentage on that.
You're gonna need to create a unit that doesn't have an engine though, probably.
No.
Because that's what gets hot, right?
What if it doesn't though? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Stump me.
Maybe in 2023 it can't, but in the future that was the right answer.
What would be the appeal of an AC unit that cools itself while it's cooling others? Like it
doesn't overheat.
Yeah.
You can cool in Arizona in the summer.
That's a good point.
Cool
Actually,
to 50.
more than anything, I think it's like that the unit itself never malfunctions.
Yeah, heat's probably not good for anything.
No.
Besides like pasta.
Oh yeah, I love pasta.
Okay, I got that right, but whatever.
Yeah. All right, we'll give it to you.
All right, so I can't miss anymore.
You need to get these last two.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready for the next one?
No.
You're on an absolute tear right now.
Yeah, I got it.
If you were in a race and you passed the person in third place, what place would you be in?
If I was in a race.
Yeah, let's break it down. You're running.
I'm running. The guy's in third place.
Yeah, eating some brown rice.
And I passed him.
Yep, you passed the guy in third. What's up, bro?
Well, logically, we both know what the logical answer is here.
Yeah. Well,
but that's obviously not the answer.
Well, I don't even know what you think is the logical answer, so
Yeah,
I can't
you do.
help you.
Yeah,
really.
you do. Yeah,
Well,
you do,
kinda.
Jack.
I mean, I think, hey, you got my name.
I know your name. You're special.
I think, I can't say anything because I'm going to give it away. I just got to let you
You're
guys.
running and you pass the person in third?
Yeah.
You pass the person in third.
Yeah, he's in third place.
And you pass him.
Yeah, or she. It could be a girl, too.
You pass them.
Yeah, they, them. Yep.
Oh, God.
I might have to cut that out, actually.
Keep it in. It's Pride Month.
Yeah. It is. June. It's also Men's Mental Health Month.
It's a little bit of competition there.
Yeah, right?
For the months, I think.
I think men's mental health might take the second spot on the
I
podium.
thought you were going to say cake, and I was like, you should probably cut that.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
men's mental health, once again, getting thrown under the table. Oh,
right,
my God. Dude, you're in second place.
You're in third place. If you pass the guy in third, now you're in third place.
You know what that question
Jordan
is?
Beau.
You know what that question is? Takes intelligent-ish people and makes them stupid.
Yeah, that one is. That's
not fair.
That's a teaser.
That's so dumb.
That's what we're here to do, though.
And you know what? I'm going back in time in my head now to when you said that we don't know what the obvious answer is, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah, because
we didn't.
I thought you were going to say second, and if I would have said that, then you'd been like, "Oh, that's not the right answer."
And no, turns out I was an idiot.
Yeah, That's
what would you have said? Don't lie to him right now.
Did I write it? Did I make the template still, or am I you?
I don't know. Have you seen this one before?
I have, yeah. I've seen like all of them though.
So the first time you saw it, what did you think?
This is probably second. Like, yeah, you're in second place now. You just
You're
passed
like,
the
I'm
guy
not an idiot.
Yeah, I'm not stupid.
Go. Give me the last question, dude.
You want the last one still?
No.
All right, I'll give it to you anyways, just for kicks and gigs.
Yeah.
What has a spine but no bones?
Ooh. What is a spine but no bones? I mean,
what has a spine but
listen,
no bones?
I come from the action sports world.
Ah.
So my first thing would be a half pipe. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what that is.
It doesn't have a spine?
Well, there's a thing called a spine. And so whatever. Besides the point, that's not the answer to this question.
Well, I would have if that would have been like your third one and like you needed it to win, I'd have given it to you.
That's fair.
Because like
But I already lost.
yeah, you did.
What has a spine?
Yep.
But what?
No bones.
What is a spine but no bones? It's going to be something obvious to make me
It is.
stupid,
It is
honestly.
super obvious. This one's pretty easy.
Spine but no bones. Oh. I want to say a book.
It is a book.
Thank God.
Let's go.
Thank God.
Shout out books. If you read those.
You read?
Let's go. I don't really. Oh. I mean, I read, but I don't.
How come you don't read?
I don't sit down with a book and read it.
How come?
Truthfully?
Yep.
It's boring.
Okay. What kind of books you read?
I thought I'd just clarify that I don't read.
But you've read. You know what I mean? You're 25. You've read a couple.
Not one. Never
What
done
about
it.
like, okay, so here's my quote. The only reason I asked is I got super into reading recently.
Good. Dope.
Love it.
Good for you.
Nonfiction. If you gave me a Harry Potter book, I love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
10 pages in, I'm asleep.
Bored.
It's a good skill to have.
Yeah, very good. And it makes you smarter.
Clearly not.
Yeah,
Clearly
yeah. Maybe not for like trick
How
questions.
smart are we talking?
That's actually all I read. That's the only content. Is trick questions.
All day.
Yeah.
From 9:30 to 3
I
a.m.
wake
just
up, I'm like, if you have 8 oranges, like, you take away 2.
It's 2 p.m. You're blacked out, just still trying to figure it out.
Yep. I only read when I'm drunk.
Okay. Maybe you should read another book. I'll recommend you a book. What if Dave Portnoy wrote a book?
I'd read it. Yeah.
Fair.
For sure.
You'd
If
probably
it was
enjoy it.
if the title of the book was This is how you become Dave Portnoy in 13 years, I'd read that book.
You know what's unfortunate?
Huh.
Dave Portnoy writing a book.
Nah, probably not.
It's not happening.
You know why?
He's too smart.
He's too smart, man. He's too smart.
He's like, what kind of idiot is going to write this book for me?
reads?
Because I'm not writing this book.
We got televisions now.
What's next, dude? What do we got?
Do you like tomatoes?
Yeah.
Do you like mushrooms?
Yeah.
Not me. Neither of those.
I did not know where that was going.
like 'em.
But the best part was, not me. Neither.
Those are like the ones that I'm like a 3.
Except
like,
watch this shit. Watch this shit.
Yeah.
You guys ready for this?
Yeah. Talk to me.
I bet you down tomato sauce, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Tomato sauce.
Sauce.
I can't do tomato paste.
It's
gross.
I bet you'll eat pasta with tomato paste in it.
If nobody told me.
Bolognese? You like bolognese?
Nah, it's okay.
But
It tastes like tomato paste to me.
Because there's.
I know, right? So I don't think I like it. It tastes
dude.
different to me. That one tastes more like tomatoes. Tomato sauce tastes more like pizza to me, and I can do pizza, and I can do ketchup. All right.
I hate people who hate tomatoes. Hate them.
I'm so mad right now.
All right, dude.
All right. Next segment we're gonna do relationships. Let's talk about some girls, dude. Let's talk about chicks.
I replaced them right now, so.
You replaced them?
Yeah, they're usually sitting here.
Really? Oh yeah, like girl
It's
gets.
your
Yeah,
podcast.
my podcast,
so.
right? Who's show?
That's what you told me.
Am I drunk? Is there alcohol in this?
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
0%.
Cheers. They always add a little bit. They say it's 0, but
It's Jones, dude. He gets us.
first relationship question. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever buy a dog with a girl you're dating?
Remember when I told you I moved out here?
Yeah.
Or I had a dog.
With her?
Yeah.
Who's got the dog now?
So this is good you asked this question. This is actually crazy. This is your first question.
Why?
So I'm going to blow your mind a little bit. You
Yeah.
like coincidences?
What do?
You like a good coincidence?
Coincidence?
Yes.
Yeah, I love it's one of my favorite things ever.
So I moved out here with an ex. We had a dog together.
Yeah.
We had the dog already. He was probably a year old when we moved out here, maybe older.
Okay.
Moved out here, split pretty soon. A lot of shit happened.
Pretty soon after you guys moved out here
Yeah,
together.
right after split. So moved, puppy, home,
Yeah.
new state.
Yeah.
Shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Yeah.
And I kept the puppy.
Okay.
It was just like not even a question. Like he was my boy. And it was like, I don't even know. We never talked about it. And it was just obvious because she was like, the puppy's mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he's my best friend.
What about the house? What happened to the house?
I just stayed there.
It was your house?
Well, we just like leased it together.
You co-signed?
Yeah, but she just dipped and still paid for it.
Oh, good.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, respect.
Good on her.
But so I had that puppy. And I had that puppy until he was about 3. And then decided to rehome the puppy, which I was super against. Like I've always thought, I always just look down upon people who rehome dogs because my view on it has typically been like the LA influencer that wants a puppy on a Wednesday, so he gets a puppy on a Thursday, and then the next Thursdays I don't really want a dog anymore, and
No
then
more
he rehomes
clickbait
it.
with the dog
And then like
anymore?
a month later, he's like, you know what, I really want
I could use another pug.
a puppy,
Yeah.
and then he gets another puppy. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
no shade to anyone who, if that's you and you feel attacked,
we
that's your
just shit
fault.
on you, so.
Yeah. And so I always look down upon people doing that, and my dog ended up being like, he was a Frenchie, cutest dog in the world,
Yeah. French bulldog.
being like pretty aggressive. Like he protected me to everybody, unless you were like a certain girl. Like he just liked random women.
Didn't like guys
My
very
man
much?
didn't like guys very much. No, because they were probably a threat to me. I'm gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, no worries.
Long story short, I ended up rehoming him. Super sad. I actually just went and saw him this morning
No way.
for the first time since I rehomed him because I'm leaving.
No way.
This morning, I have photos of my pup that I haven't seen in like 6
Crazy,
months. The
man.
pup that I got with the girlfriend. So yes, I would get a pup with the girl.
Would you do it again, or was it a mistake?
I would only do it again. I actually will only get a dog again once I have a family.
Yeah. I think that's the move. Because I wanted a dog, especially when I quit my job. I was like, I have all this free time. It's a perfect opportunity to train him. Like I have an opportunity to make sure that I have an obedient dog moving forward because I just have time on my hands.
Yeah.
And then I realized like, but I want to be able to like go sleep over at a homie's apartment on a weekend if I want to. And I don't want to have to worry like, oh man, Frenchie's at home right now, like waiting for me to get back. He's probably like when you have a dog, their whole world revolves around you. So like you have to be a little bit more selfless.
And also, it's not even a question of like hurting the dog's feelings.
Yeah.
It's your dog. You need to go home.
Yeah, it's your dog, bro.
You need to go home, or you need to find someone to watch the dog.
Right.
And it's huge. You can't travel as much. It's a big responsibility. I think the problem that I had, the one regret that I look back on was like, I never stopped to think, what if the relationship ends? Clearly, you think it's an obvious thing, but that was just not a question in my mind at the time. So when I got the dog, it was all these things and these responsibilities I was taking on.
Right.
But not once did I think, can I also take these responsibilities on by myself if this doesn't go?
Yeah, because you're probably just in your own head at the time, like, oh no, this is the one.
Yeah.
We're gonna get married eventually. This is gonna be our house. This is our dog.
Yeah.
It's crazy to look back at relationships like that.
Fuck.
I've had a couple too where it's like, oh no, yeah, she's the one, and then like 6 weeks later, I'm like, I can't believe she stopped talking to me.
And then a month after, you're like,
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah, and then another
Respectfully.
month, you're right back to where you were, like, I did love her.
no, not me.
Not with that one, huh?
No, Claude, no.
So after it had ended, what was the wrap up where you were like, okay, now this is done. I'm never talking to you again?
It was tough. It was a lot. I mean, it's like public info. I don't want to get into it, but like she cheated on me. And then it was just like out of the blue, super unexpected. So like if it went any other way, yes, it would have gone for a long time. Would have been love, all these things. But it's just like I'd never been disrespected like that. So I was just like, okay, I can heal.
Yep.
I need time to heal. And that's why you never like, I don't know, people do. Actually, I'm not going to generalize, but I was just like, I'm going to heal. That hurts more, but you heal quicker. And then I never even thought about it again.
Yep, that was me. I had a girl like a year ago that was like crazy about her for the first time in a long time. And then we weren't dating, but we were pretty exclusive. Like she was, we were hanging out a lot. And then she ended up staying over at a dude's house, sleeping over there, the whole spiel. And then I was just like, well, that made it easier though, because it was like tearing off the Band-Aid. You know 100%. What I mean? Like, it's like, I have too much pride to like go back. I'm not going to like beg for anything. So it's just like, we're not going to be friends. We're not going to date.
No.
Like, I just got to get over this wound now. Let it heal.
That's normal. Whereas like, I feel like it's a wound that keeps reopening when you're still in love with someone and you're trying to convince yourself, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
What if, or maybe not. Like all those,
even if you tell yourself like it's just a side piece, like we're just hanging out or whatever. We're friends.
Yeah.
No, bro.
No.
There's too much there.
Doesn't work.
All right. Next relationship question. What's your advice on maintaining a healthy relationship in a digital age?
Whoa.
So as a content creator, you probably got a little bit more insight on digital age than most people, but how do you maintain a healthy relationship when you got Instagram, any sort of social media platforms, you got chicks and guys all over the place?
I actually think you could take this from a different angle. Like social media is, and I definitely think it's male biased, like pushing, it's very sexualized, like everything. Like that's a tough thing. So like I have a lot of friends, I mean, not many that are open, but like porn addiction is a massive thing now because everything to you up. As a man who's probably been watching porn since you were probably young, I have people who were probably 8 when they found porn.
Yeah.
Some kids somehow avoid it till they're like 16. So
I don't know how.
I have no idea. But when you do that for so long, you're just getting that like quick fix dopamine. And then now your entire explore page is filled with chicks.
Yeah.
It can turn you as a guy into that. Like it can turn your mood so quick. And like that's the goal. And it's to get your attention. That's why OnlyFans is huge and all these things. And I have no problem with it. In general, my problem is like being in a relationship and using social media as a man, your entire social media is gonna be sexualized.
Yeah.
So then it's like you're trying to be like a loyal dude and just like, again, I'm not even gonna cross the lines of what's being loyal. There's nothing wrong with, like, in my opinion, of like consuming certain types of content, but it's just like you get to a point where you're just like, I don't need to see this shit. Right. And it's trying to loop you in when you're in a point in your life that's entirely detached.
Yeah, you're on a different page.
So I'd say that's something to at least come to terms with. Yes, people can reach out to you, but I guess when you're loyal, it doesn't matter. I'd say the biggest thing I learned is privacy in some regard. Like I've had extremely public relationships and that put so much pressure on the relationship, whether I realize it or not. Like I feel like everyone says being public with your life and with your relationship is a big deal. And there are people, and I've been that person that's like, well, not me. I'm different.
Yeah.
And then you look,
you
look back on it and you're like, no, I'm no different.
Right.
And so I do think the more public you are with your relationship, the more you're asking for more. Like now you have like this obligation to fill, and now you are in more people's curiosity. Like, what happened to them? Why didn't they post for a week? Why didn't they post for months? All the bullshit that in your head, you're like, why do you care?
Yeah.
But people care.
When you say like, I totally get that. If I was in your position, you'd be like, God, like just get out of my space.
Yeah.
Your job though is, this is my life. This is my life. This is my life. And then when people are like, what's going on in your life? You're like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, give me some space.
It's hypocritical, right?
Right. But I get it because that's just human behavior. You're just like, no, I like being public with you guys for the most part.
Yeah.
When family member passes away or I break up in a relationship and I don't want to tell you yet, just give me some space.
Yeah.
But people they don't really genuinely care about your feelings. They just want to know what's going on in Jordan Beau's life.
Yeah. No, and it's the intentions are pure.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Most
and you ask for
most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you ask for it, you sign up for it. I also think humans aren't bred for this world. Like we were not evolution did not bring us to have millions of people paying attention to our lives, because before social media, that just was impossible to be the case. Right. So now it's like, it's just new world. New age. Like now you have a relationship. If you want to be public, like you want to use Instagram as Instagram was intended, like back in the day on MySpace, you're like, oh, I have a girlfriend. Check us out. We're cute.
Yeah.
Million people. Yeah. And it's like, oh, that's a lot of people checking us out. Maybe don't check us out.
Yeah, we're not editing.
And so I think looking back on that, like the biggest thing my recent ex-girlfriend taught me was like privacy. Like I pride myself on vulnerability because I I think my big frustrations are just how much is just kept these days and how much facade there is out there and all this shit. So because of that, and I'm passionate about that is bad, I don't have secrets. I don't have shit, to be honest.
Pretty open book.
And so there is pros to that and there are cons to that. Like, I do think I should try to be more private for reasons like that. And so my last relationship, I try to keep it private, and we recently split, and it was just like, no one really asks that many questions.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's great. Like, no one cares.
Is she's not in the content creation world?
Sort of, yeah, but not like crazy. Like, it's been in the past. And so it was just mellow, and it was like, this is good. And when you're in the relationship, no one really knows much. Obviously, when you keep stuff private and then you kind of like I would post stuff, I just wouldn't keep her in it. But then people find out. So in reality, it's like, I didn't do a good job of it in the past, but I definitely learned that it's valuable. And in the future, I will probably do more to keep stuff private.
Yeah. Cheers. I think that's good advice, though. And if anybody ever gets to the stage where it's like, I do have a lot of people watching me right now. A lot of people are consuming my content or looking for advice here and there. There are certain areas of your life that you got to kind of keep the door shut, because once you open it, people are going to be upset if you try to close it after that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you're just asking for more issues, but that's just a learning lesson. Just being in this world, I think you start realizing like, oh yeah, we don't talk about this. We can talk about this. We can videotape this. Yep. We're not going to do content creation on this. That's just
also one big thing to add. I think we've really lost real human connection.
Yeah.
I think now, like, it's very apparent. I hear this all the time, especially in like podcast listeners, like relationships, the at least spark of relationships strictly exist on social media right now.
Yeah.
Obviously the percentage is, it's not 100%, but it's probably closer to like, I think it's like 60-80% of relationships start on social media.
Makes sense.
And I think what happens with that is pursuit. Like, I noticed, like, there's been times in my life, especially in the past, even like the single world hookup culture, where like, dude, as guys, you know this going to college, I'd assume, like, you spend so much time pursuing girls.
Yeah, so much.
And that's the single world hookup culture. So like, let's disconnect from that. Is like, you still spend, if you're looking for love, let's say on the internet, you're going to use Instagram, you're going to use TikTok, whatever it is. You're always looking for some girl, your future wife.
Bumble,
you waste a lot of time pursuing. And so if you're working on a mission or growing a business or whatever it is, like, that's a big distraction. It takes your focus a lot of the times.
For sure.
On top of your focus being entirely robbed by social media.
Right.
So I think if we can at least prioritize, like, I always tell people, like, I'm like, if you're looking for a relationship, stop. Love will. I weirdly have experienced that, like, you give off this energy that, and I'm not like that big of like an energy person, but I think the less if you get this kind of massage, take this drug. No, like, I do think the less you search, the more it comes. But I don't think it's necessarily energy. I think you go into this like less desperate state, whether it's subconscious or not,
which is attractive.
You just have this energy of like, I don't need this. I'm working on myself. I'm working on my life. And then the universe puts it in front of you when it's the right time.
Yeah, I think, probably just like an aspect of independence. People find independence attractive because subconsciously we want to be dependent on somebody else to a certain extent. Obviously, we want our own lives. But there is something about like coming home as a guy, you know, having a wife there who's going to cook you meals or just be there for you emotionally. Like, that's super uplifting.
Yeah.
So when you see somebody who is like able to stand on their own 2 feet, that's very attractive to both genders, like, you know, or any whatever.
Yeah.
It's attractive.
And I think something to note too is like, in doing that, you will naturally at least revive some of that original connection that used to exist of like, you might run into someone at a coffee shop.
Right.
And you're like, wow, I haven't looked for a girl in a while. This girl's actually extremely pretty. She seems super cool. She's interactive. She's being nice. She's being kind. It's like, maybe I should go talk to her.
Yeah.
People don't do that shit anymore.
Never.
And I think that's been one of the biggest problems with this new digital age is like, you're just waiting to find your wife on Instagram, which is fine. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't work. And there's probably people right now who are happily married and met their wife on Instagram.
A lot of people our age right now who are married definitely met on Instagram.
100%. Yeah. And that's totally fine. I just think there is something special about, God, I'm such a softie. You're totally right. There is something genuinely special about that, like, interaction in public. And I think it's like, it's ballsy. Like, no one has courage to go up and talk to girls anymore because they're like, oh, I don't know what her Instagram is. Yeah, right. How do I get her Instagram so I can go home from this place where she's right there and DM her?
Yeah, right.
That's just weak
like
to
swiping
me.
on Tinder. Hopefully she has like an account and she's been swiping too. Like, I had a buddy who was like that. We were out and about getting lunch, and he was like, "Dang, that girl's so cute." And then he like hopped on his phone, got on Tinder. Like, seriously, I'm not even kidding. This actually happened like a month ago. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, hopefully she's on Tinder." I was like, "Dude, she's..."
You know where she is for sure?
Yeah, she's right there. Yeah, she's getting an Americano right now. Go talk to her, bro.
You like Americanos? Go talk about it.
Yeah. He's like, so you like coffee? It's like in a coffee shop.
No, I just asked her on Tinder. It's good.
Yeah. Swiping.
So you like Americanos, huh?
She's like,
she's like, what the?
Where is this kid at?
But I do. I have problems with that. And honestly, I am no better. I've done it. I've DM'd plenty of women on Instagram. Yeah. But in this part of my life, I met my last ex doing exactly that. The time in my life where I finally was like, you know what? I spent a year learning how to be with myself again. Like, function by myself, be focused, all this shit. I don't need to find a girl. If I'm always looking, because you know me, I'm a man of love.
Hey, yo.
But
hopeless.
As soon as you stop looking, some alleyway, some channel comes in your life and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then it's someone who's like, I wasn't looking either. Like,
yeah.
Or maybe you got love bombed. Either or.
Yeah.
No, but I think that.
That's kind of the avenue that I want to go down. Is like I want to be in that mindset, which I'd say I am right now. I'm really not looking for anybody. I'm just business focused right now. But finding somebody who also is like, dude, I wasn't even looking for anything either. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then just like kind of like bumping heads and be like, let's do this together then.
It'll happen probably.
Yeah, we'll see. Might be just single forever. Bachelor to the rapture, baby.
He's like, I'm not looking, but
what's up?
If you're hot, hit me up.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
All right.
How would you feel if your significant other didn't want kids one day? You're just talking about your family man.
No.
It's just a fatty red flag.
It's not a red flag because a red flag is like a character thing. Like, I guess it could be considered. I'd say a red flag is like something built into them in nature. Yeah. Like that's a belief mindset that I think's flawed. I don't think it's a flawed belief to not want kids. It's not going to work with me though.
Yeah, but your wife.
And also I would struggle. I don't understand people who don't want kids. I know it sounds. I don't.
Not really. But
you
could say the same thing about somebody who's like, I don't understand how anybody would want kids. And then that's not a messed up ideology. Because people would be like, oh yeah, that's fine.
No, but I think that's a messed up ideology is what I'm saying.
I know, but I'm saying like people wouldn't tell that person like that's messed up. They'd just be like, yeah, that's just what you think. Yeah. So I think if you were like, I think it's kind of messed up if you don't want kids. People would be like, that's fine.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like I think the one reason we're put here is to reproduce, like clearly.
Yeah.
Like, or else we all die. If everyone for the most part is able to reproduce, obviously minus the small exclusions.
Yeah.
I assume we're supposed to.
Yeah, it's supposed to keep pumping
them
out.
And if we don't, the world ends. So
at some point.
And like right now, like I think every country's below one right now. One baby per, is it per
death?
Capita or some shit. Whatever it is, it's like a measure, and I don't want to butcher this.
Isn't
I don't know.
Birth per death?
Birth per death,
or
maybe.
Like
you're right.
Like
I think we might be 0.8 to maybe, we're definitely under 1.
Yeah.
And like China's at like 0.6.
Whoa. Well, that makes sense because they got restrictions, but.
I think they haven't had them in a little while.
Oh, really?
I don't know if the one child policy happened. But whatever it is.
Yeah.
We're slowly becoming underpopulated.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's clearly a problem.
Yeah. And you still get so many people like, overpopulation, like we're going to run out of resources.
Dude, my favorite thing, I'm going to piss a lot of people out here.
Yeah, go for it.
I've heard this.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Talk to me.
This is actually maybe one of the edgiest things I'll ever say. There's people who think they don't want to have a kid because of the carbon footprint that their kid's going to leave on this planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you thought about that?
I've never cared about a carbon footprint.
You ever thought that maybe that kid might solve the carbon problem? Like, if we just stop having kids, is the carbon problem going to get fixed?
If I'm going to be totally honest, and I probably should care more, environment, not one of the top 3 things on my mind every day.
No.
And there are things that I'm like, yeah, I'm probably a little ignorant to that.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect me while I'm on this earth, probably.
I'll say the biggest thing I'll say, and I'll stay out of all the politics, is like, there is multiple videos online of people saying the world will be underwater in the amount of years that equal today.
Yeah.
It was said 20 years ago, and they said in 20 years we'll be underwater.
They're going to keep saying it too.
On multiple occasions.
Yeah, of course.
So the fact that currently right now our ocean is not much higher than it was when we were born means that it went from 20 to 500 feet to a half centimeter from these large leaders. Yeah. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, okay, first of all, you can think whatever you want about climate.
It doesn't affect my life. I'm not going to argue with anybody about it.
Just look at that. At least look at that. Yeah. Like they said we're going to be underwater.
Watch the video.
And the only way you're underwater is if you jump in your pool.
Right.
So, or a tsunami hits. Yeah. That's fair.
Right. Yeah, not my biggest qualm. I think there's bigger issues.
It doesn't keep you up at night?
It does not keep me up at night. Carbon footprint does not haunt my
No
dreams.
plastic, no metal straws for you?
No. Well, I love plastic straws. I'll buy them and then I'll just throw them outside. I'll buy a pack of them and just
I love a good What is those stupid straws made of?
Not the paper ones.
Cardboard.
You like the paper one? Like
paper.
The cardboard ones?
I love a good paper straw in a big plastic cup.
Do ya? They get soggy on me.
Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Are you being sarcastic?
Yes, they put a paper straw in this giant plastic cup.
No.
I
thought you like
I
teeth
hate those.
or something. I don't know.
No one likes those.
Yeah,
There's liars and there's people who tell the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't
no one
like
likes
those. I hate those. Because like by the end of my drink, it's just like, it looks like I was like, it's like a chew toy.
Yeah.
Like it's just ruined. And I didn't even like do anything. It's just wet.
The feeling of it on my lips bothers me
Brody.
before it's even gotten soggy.
Listen,
I'll do one of those little veggie straws if it really makes your day. Yeah. But it still pisses me off to put it in this giant plastic cup.
No, yeah, stupid.
I'm like, so we fixed 0.05% of the problem.
I was thinking about that the other day when I went to Chipotle and I got a plastic straw and I used it and I was like, I love plastic straws. Like if they got rid of these, I would actually be a little upset.
California tried, dude.
Yeah.
They're
trying a couple things over there.
Like you'd rip like a nice 5 paper straws in a row.
So you're going back to Cali?
I'm back.
Are you gonna live with your rents or are you gonna get a place?
Rents.
You're gonna go back to the rents?
No, I'm just repeating that. I've never heard that before.
Oh,
I'm old, I think.
Yeah.
I'm younger than you, but I guess maybe I missed college or something.
Well, you're
the parents.
Yeah.
No, so my brother's a baby coming September.
Okay. Congrats to him.
Jinx, you owe me a Jones.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go live with him for a couple months because he's a fireman, so he's working all the time.
Nice.
House. I could help. You know,
yeah.
I keep up. I want to go to Orange County eventually. Honestly, I'm leaving to go somewhere new. I'm 24. I was like, I don't know. I get this like predisposition in my head that like I need to stay. I'm like, you need to know where you need to live. I'm like, I'm 24.
Yeah.
Nothing's holding me back right now. So I'm like, I want to go to the beach. I haven't lived by the beach since I was a little kid.
Right.
But I don't know yet. So I'm like, all right, I wasn't even really prepared to move. Just like my lease was ending and I was like, I should go back to California. Yeah. So I'll live with my brother for a couple months.
Then figure it out from there.
I'll figure it out.
Probably meet a cute girlie on the beach and everything just takes off and then you guys can read together and shit.
Nah, no women for a while. I don't think so.
You don't think you're going to date for a little bit?
Nah, but if a wifey comes by, I'm there.
Got to bag it up.
I can't talk big game like that.
You can't?
Well, I just can't be like, yeah, I don't want it. And then if it's there, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
She's a wife. But honestly, takes a lot to wow me these days, dude.
Yeah.
Just like,
you're getting old.
Been through the ringer. Since the ocean is 500 feet less. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I remember when the tides used to come here.
And now they come right here.
To here. Yeah. About an extra 2 feet. Yeah. All right, let's move on. We're getting sidetracked. Have you ever had a fight because of a video that you or they posted?
No, not a fight, but I always notice like people like when you create content with a girlfriend, maybe a wife. Actually, I think a lot of couples' YouTube channels are a shit show behind the show. Behind the scene.
Okay, from a dude's perspective,
yeah,
I think it's a little bit of that on the screen too. I think a lot of like guys see that and they're like, this doesn't feel real. This is fake.
No.
Facade.
I don't even mean that, but like it's clearly not real what's going on, but also they are like in shambles.
So like social media, like any like, yeah,
Precisely.
we're so happy, and then it's like shut the camera off and it's like, I'm hungry.
Maybe I was stating the obvious.
But it's good insight. I don't think everybody knows that.
I'd say like it was. Most people just don't want to take criticism from either person, and like I feel like when your whole life revolves around content, it's the one thing where you put up this barrier, like don't attack my content. And so I think in a relationship you have this tendency to like you're two totally different creators usually. Like I don't know, like in my relationship, I would never get in a relationship with someone who creates. I actually never wanted to be in a relationship with like a content creator anyway. It just accidentally happened, and also I can relate more to people in my space.
Yeah,
but I think if it was too similar, it's like. I don't know, I just can't imagine you and your spouse or significant other create the exact same kind of content.
Yeah,
I can't imagine that. But in my world, there's just like, I don't know, there was always just like stress to creating content together that was just like, there was always irritations for some reason. Maybe it was just me who felt it.
No, I don't think so. I think you're right.
Maybe. That's the only thing I remember. No fights. It never really caused problems. We also had it dialed in. We're like relationship first, content second.
Oh,
always.
Good.
Money was never like split from content. That was the good part of the relationship, essentially.
Yeah.
But no fights. No real fights.
Right. Interesting. I think a lot of people would assume like you do see this cookie cutter, quote unquote, we're the perfect relationship on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're doing all this fun stuff and everybody wants to be this couple, whatever. And then I think a lot of people understand like, no, there's a facade aspect to that and there has to be something going on behind the scenes. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So then I think a lot of people are like, they got to fight, right? They're not always... buying each other cars. And
I mean, everyone fights.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
But they probably do fight more than the average.
I think so.
I will say,
higher stress. Yeah.
Shout out my friends in Arizona, Josh and Katie, are a longtime YouTube couple.
Yeah.
Married, have a baby on the way.
Cheers.
Behind the scenes, dude, solid
Mint.
couple.
Mint
Solid
couple.
We're like, the content is entirely separate from the relationship. Essentially, like
Cool.
how they are on camera is quite similar. Like they're just a good couple.
Yeah.
And before I met them, I knew of them, and I'm always curious when I meet YouTube couples. I'm like, how are they going to be?
Yeah.
They are probably one of the only YouTube couples that stands out in my head where I'm like,
oh no,
I'm not worried at all.
They're genuine.
They're solid.
Behind the camera,
solid
in front of the
people,
camera.
solid relationship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheers.
It happens. It exists.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Whatever their YouTube page is.
Josh and Katie, JD Vlogs.
Let's go. Go check it out.
Good people.
Good peeps. Your last question for relationships. Do you have a white buffalo?
So,
and you know what that means?
no. So when you sent me this prompt,
Yeah.
I was like, I could ask him what that is,
Yeah.
or I could just let him ask me on the podcast. No idea what that is.
No idea. So like the
No.
white buffalo, the one that got away.
Oh.
Like,
oh.
my white buffalo. I think it's from like Grown Ups or something.
No, by no means.
No means?
No.
There's not like a girl that like you met at a summer camp, 7th grade, and you're like, God, I miss Nicole.
Oof, that's tough. The one that got away.
Yeah.
Like I never even thought about it. So like,
Really? I got one.
I was thinking of my relationships. In my relationships, there's no relationship where I'm like,
Yeah.
I should go back to that.
Me neither.
No.
I had
by no
one
means.
that I never dated her, and I kind of dropped the bag because I was like, nah, I don't want to be tied down or whatever. Like, she was everything that I was looking for. Super cool cat, got along with the dudes, like hung out with my buddies.
Yeah.
You know, good chemistry.
Yeah.
And then it was just kind of like I was just getting out of a relationship, and I was like, nah, it's too soon. I don't, I'm pushing.
So that's
it.
still up there then. I was gonna ask you why not though.
This was like 3 years ago though.
Oh, so she's still out there living.
She's living. I think she's dating a guy though. Like doing,
That's just dating?
good. Yeah.
Temp. That's temp.
I'm not worried. We're gonna get married.
You'll be fine. She watches. She watches.
No
Yeah.
way in hell she watches.
Her
this.
friends do. They send it to her.
Somebody's watching.
Someone sent it to her.
Somebody's watching.
They know. If you know who you are, you are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
If you're watching right now, text me back.
Hit me up.
No, we haven't talked for so long, but she's the coolest chick ever. And I realized like a year later, like, dang man, I should have tried harder in that one.
I think you're in love.
I think I
still.
might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should deal with that after this.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. I'll call her.
I would say, especially predicated on what you just said, like if I had one, I probably would have just reached out. Like, and there's no one I've reached out to a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like,
So no white
there's
buffaloes.
no way I have a white buffalo.
You just
If I had a white buffalo, it'd be my buffalo. You know?
yeah.
Why white buffalo? What a weird.
I think it's terminology. I don't know where it comes from.
Sounds racist.
Do you want to? You would know.
I wouldn't. I don't know what it is.
All right, let's look it up. Where does the term white buffalo come from? I think
Maybe it's a
movie.
bunch. I'm thinking it's a bunch of brown or like other colored buffalo.
Hold on,
And
hold
maybe
on.
there's like one white buffalo in the crowd.
I'm trying to focus. It's Hot Tub Time Machine.
I haven't
they're in
seen
the-
that in so long.
Where they're all like, in the thing, and they're like, oh, the one that got away, like the great white buffalo, the great white buffalo. And then the kid in the back's like, what's the great white buffalo? And everybody's like, the great white buffalo.
But they don't explain it.
They just say like the one that got away.
Oh.
But I think that's where I got it from. I don't know.
But the internet's not helping us here.
Nah, I mean,
So
there's
we think Hot Tub Time Machine invented that.
yeah, I'm sure. It does.
Okay. If anyone from the TV show, any writers, hey, screenwriter, you
Oh my
might know
gosh,
someone.
dude, I would love to have a screenwriter on this show. Like, talk to me about like, no, this is actually what goes into it. And, like,
That'd be sick.
that'd be so cool.
That's a good guess. You should try for that.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
You can make it a chick too.
True, chick screenwriter, and then we can talk about.
That's kinda hot,
relationships.
right?
Yeah, it's super hot.
You write on the screen?
Oh my god,
Say that again.
Amazing.
What do you write?
I'm so turned on right now. All right. Let's keep moving. That was your last relationship question.
Thank God.
We're moving into a new game now. This one's called More or Less. But I think I might scrap this one because we are chilling for time right
Yeah.
now.
What are we sitting at right now?
We're at an hour. Yeah. And we
Time
still
flies when you're having fun. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
right? We still have questions for guys, ranking name brand coffee, cute or cringe. That's probably another
Coffee.
30 minutes at least.
How did you know? Did you not know I like coffee?
I did know you like coffee. I went on your
Slide
Instagram
up.
page.
Fair.
Because I was trying to see if you drank. And then it was just like, coffee.
I've drank.
coffee.
You know what, dude? I'm a massive beer guy.
Are you?
My 3 favorite drinks in the world are water, coffee, and beer.
I thought you said you didn't drink.
I don't. I stopped. I just didn't eat it. But I like it a lot.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It was tough. It was one of those things where it's like, I've gone periods without drinking.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like, I don't condemn drinking at all. And you want to drink?
Yeah.
I just was like, this is so net negative. Like, it's bad for my body.
Yep.
It wastes time. It's unproductive.
Changes
bad things happen when you're drunk. And it's bad for your brain.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
there's not a whole lot of positives to drinking, to be honest.
It's just vibes.
It's fun. Yeah. We got to talk to a girl without stuttering.
But like, I just would realize, I'm like, you either stop drinking for a certain amount of time because you're too scared to do it indefinitely, or you stop drinking and you become someone that doesn't drink. So I'm just like, don't drink. And it took a while. Sometimes I'm at breweries and I'm like,
oh, you don't drink, period, now?
No.
Like, you won't, if you go to like a bachelor party, you're not going to booze?
No.
Dang.
I don't booze.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Not me.
Not yet.
I like brewskis. No, I think I'm too Midwest, man.
Yeah, it's true.
It's part of me.
Dude, you ever been to Michigan?
No.
There's this brewery in Michigan.
Yeah. What do they sell beer?
Had like my favorite food and favorite beer ever.
Oh, really?
And now it's gone. So
I lived with a kid from Michigan, but never been there. Heard good things though.
No.
It's
Like what could you hear about Michigan?
Like lakes and stuff.
They have them.
That's what I've heard.
A lot of water. Same height though.
Yeah.
They haven't raised their.
No, I've heard it's been going up a lot in the last couple of years because of hairspray and stuff or whatnot. Is that how it works?
The movie?
Yeah.
All right, where do we go from there?
We are on questions for girls actually, so it's your turn. So you got.
Oh, I have them.
You got a couple questions.
But I don't have my phone.
Bet.
You guys remember like that?
I didn't know.
So you asked me about those, but then I was like,
You know what? That's stupid.
I need to do work. Yeah. Haven't I done enough to get?
You're welcome, by the way. You haven't said thank you yet.
Okay, so what's the point? What are these for?
So like usually what we'll do is it'll be questions for guys.
Okay.
So the whole episode revolves around a girl and I'm like asking her questions. So question. And then eventually we gave them an opportunity like, what do you want to know about guys?
Yeah.
But it's just such a
So do I have to answer those questions then?
No, we'll just discuss it.
Okay, I was
So,
gonna say
like,
then someone has to answer.
I'll try to give you some insight, but like I'm a dude too. So
Like if I'm gonna write these down,
yeah,
some girls gotta answer them.
somebody's got to comment.
Yeah. Comment. No. Next, you should do what you should do is every time you have someone ask these, the next guest has to answer them.
Ooh, that's good. I never thought about that.
Like Diary of a CEO, if you know who that is.
Uh-uh.
Forget his name. He's a G. Podcast is good.
Let's
He
look it
does
up.
a thing where like the last guest asks a question, but they're anonymous, and that this guest has to answer that question and then ask a question for the next guest. So that's what you should do with this.
Stephen Bartlett.
Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah.
He's a G.
Shout out Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'll tell you my questions,
Yeah,
but someone's got to answer them out there.
Yeah. And we're gonna be super upset if you don't. So.
What is the most important personality trait a man can have?
Ooh, that's a good one. Starting out strong.
You know, a
Most important.
big softy, so I want personality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd say probably like just like reading. If you read
Any books.
any books,
Especially autobiographies.
only fiction though. No, dude. So I would say, and this is definitely a very person-to-person question.
Yeah.
For me, I come from a pretty religious background, so I would say like the thing that I'm looking for a lot. If I was a woman and I had the same mindset, I'd be looking for a godly man probably.
Yeah.
Something in that realm is important to me. Faith is huge, and then outside of that, it's just like it's the super basic ones, but they're so important and they get lost in the sauce all the time now.
I'm just excited now that you said lost in the sauce.
Yeah, cheers. Loyalty is huge. I think it's so big, and we're losing sight of that. Like with a divorce rate of 70% now, like obviously loyalty is an issue that we haven't figured out since.
I think it's hugely in part to lack of self-control.
Yeah.
And
just the world at your fingertips.
Well, I think it's that. Yeah, it's quick fix dopamine. It's like I want something new. You can't be whatever. But I think it's impulse control / self-control. Mm-hmm. That's something I'm like people who are unfaithful or untruthful or like whatever it is or like push those boundaries. Like they tend to lack some sort of self-control.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way. And I'd say it's more so impulse control. People who are impulsive, I look at that now as a red flag in a relationship. Like if you're an impulsive person, that scares me from a loyalty aspect.
Yeah, interesting.
So I'm like, how impulsive are you?
Yeah, like to the extent of like.
When you have an impulse, are you able to say no?
Can
How
you
much
control
discipline do you have? Yeah.
Control is huge, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't control themselves. And I think guys get a rep for that a lot. It's just
the
like
men are trash thing.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
Yeah, it drives me nuts too a little bit.
And I'm not saying I will not sit here and say women are trash because I don't know what the statistics
That's
are.
way too big of a blanket
I'm not
statement.
going to trust the internet statistics by no means, but anecdotally, I know way more women who have been unfaithful than men by like tenfold. In my anecdotal
my
experience.
relational standpoint, I would say that's true.
Yeah.
Out of the girls that I've dated, I never cheated. And I've been cheated on like 3 times, so that's not great.
Yeah, your record's not looking.
Yeah, not super solid. 2? No, 2. Only 2, not 3. So like not terrible. I know that some guys like really got the short end of the stick and they just get cheated on all the time. And I don't know what that's about, but
I'm sure it's in part to something.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure it's not entirely the woman or the man. And I'm sure getting cheated on is not, I'm not saying it's your fault, but I'm not saying it's entirely the fault of the other person as far as like what kind of person are you? Like if you're constantly getting cheated on, there's guys out there I'm sure have been cheated on 3-5 times.
Yeah, which is crazy.
There must be something.
Two feels like a lot to me. Like 2 girls chose not
again.
Yeah, again, bro.
And the second one, I'm guessing knew that the first one cheated on you.
I don't think so. They didn't know each other.
No, but like you never told her you've been cheated on.
I don't think I told her that I'd been cheated on. It was like one of those ones where I was like, now that's in the past. I don't even think about that relationship anymore. And I think it was probably like I don't even want to think about her. So like I'm not even gonna bring up like that relationship or whatever.
Got it.
And then it just happened again, and I was like, oh man, the second time sucks more than the first time did.
What's the biggest thing you learned from that?
The second one?
Both. Just from getting cheated on.
That there is an aspect that, I mean, obviously you can't control somebody. You're not going to stop somebody from cheating on you.
Always a risk.
But there are always things that you can fix about yourself that there might have been aspects that drew her away from you. You just got to figure out what those are. Like, I'm a huge constructive criticism guy, even when it comes to relationships. Like, yeah, that sucked, man. Like, you really liked her and she obviously didn't like you back. But like, what can you learn from that? One of them was like, I was pretty weak in this last one. Like I was like very much so making sure that like she was always happy and like she was taken care of. And then I didn't realize like she probably looked at me like, this kid's a wimp, man. Like he'll do anything I say.
Well, what's crazy is in a relationship, if one person's not showing up as much, right? Yeah. And you put in more work.
You can tell.
What'll happen is by nature, for some reason, if you're doing too much work, they'll do less work.
Yep.
And then what happens is when they do less work, if that's your kind of morale, you're like, oh shit, like they're not showing up. I need to do more.
I got to kick it in.
And then they do less. And it's human nature to figure out how much can you get with the smallest amount of work.
Right.
And so what happens is you have these relationships where some guy or girl is just doing the world and the other person's doing nothing.
Nothing, absolutely
and
nothing.
the less they do, the more the other person's like, I need to step my shit up. Yeah. And next thing you know, one person's just like, I'm here. I get the most from this person. And the other person's like,
I get nothing.
I do it all and I get nothing in return.
Right.
And it's a dynamic that people struggle with for sure.
Yeah, it's tough.
I love what you said about faith though. That's my next, I think my next thing. I've been kind of refining my faith and like,
good.
Dude, if you can find someone of true faith, 'cause it's tough, you know what I mean?
So tough.
Someone who really is grounded in their faith, dude, you have morality at least built in.
Yeah, man.
Some level of morality just comes as a package.
Even if you don't believe in it, there's an aspect of religion that shows structure.
Yep.
And like a loyalty. Discipline. Yeah.
A lot of it.
Yeah. Responsibility. Yep. Like all those things are positive qualities. Not even if, like I said, not even if you're religious. Yeah. Like you get into a relationship like that and you're like, I know she's not out going crazy, hanging out with random dudes. Yeah. You know, she's probably not lying to me. Like she probably has some sort of honesty to her.
That's what I'm saying. Most likely, and again, there's definitely Christians and people of all faith who do not practice that. Yeah, and actually, I know a lot of people personally.
Same.
But it's a far better chance that there's like true morality built in.
Right. And that's
through faith.
That's encouraging to me.
Yeah.
I always kind of fall back to that. And that's probably like my parents, you know, they pounded that into me growing up. So, and they have a fantastic relationship, like just the way that they kind of constructed, you know, their parental dynamic and then how they treated us. Like I didn't realize how blessed I was until I got out of it and then started like hanging out with kids who like divorced parents and, you know, dad's abusive, dad's a drinker, you know, like stuff like that. I'm like, holy cow, like people are really going through the ringer and I'm living on a cloud over here. So I kind of want to give that to my kids someday. It's just like, just a little bit of a bubble because it's just going to keep getting...
Faith's a good place to start.
Yeah, it's just going to keep getting worse out there.
What do you think... I want to bring one more thing up. Remind me, grandparents. What do you think about raising your kids in faith? What's your take on that? Like forcing your kids to go to church, bringing them to church, don't bring them to church.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Get them in the car.
You think so?
Go to church. Yep. I think it's super important.
I was brought to church as a kid.
Yeah.
And I love my parents for it. And... I think one thing I look back on is I'd say from like age 8 is probably when we just like, you know, as a family just kind of stopped going. I don't know if maybe this was your family, like a lot of just your suburban Christian families who are kind of like, we weren't like really grounded in faith. Like I don't think I've never saw my parents really, my dad's atheist now. So it's like, really? Faith must have did him wrong at some point, but we were never really grounded in faith, but my whole childhood, we were church every Sunday, moving from different churches. We had our church, like all of our friends were from the church, all these things. Mm-hmm. But as a kid and I go to youth group, I don't know, you just hear the same shit all the time. You hear the same, the same sermons. Like it's not, they're not even sermons. It's just like scripture from the Bible. I probably knew I could never even quote scripture. As a kid, the biggest problem I learned is after I kind of lost my like true faith. Like I always looked up to God. Like I always had a belief in God, but from probably 8 to 18, 19, it was never a guiding factor in my life.
Yeah.
But when I started to refine faith, it was ironically because I had this, and I will say the one pro is like I had a foundation built into me at some point. And that's what church did for me as a kid.
Right.
But when I came back to faith, it was relating these real experiences I had to an unknown. I'm like, what can explain this? And then one day I'm like, God, God, scripture, like all these things. I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing. I am now an adult and I'm tying all these real life experiences back to God.
Right.
And I'm tying scripture to my actual life. And then what clicked with me was like, as a kid, you don't have the conscious ability to do that.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know how effective scripture or faith can be if you're not able to relate it to your life at all.
To understand it.
At 3, let alone 5, 7, 8, 10. Like
you're kind of just following the motions.
I don't know if you're 10 hearing scripture and going, I will put that in at this part. Whoa, that explains. Like, no, you're not doing that. And so I asked the question. I don't know if I have an opinion on it yet, but from my experience, like whether or not I'll bring my kids to church, I won't bring my kids to church expecting them to learn anything about faith besides maybe the foundations.
Yeah, I would say looking back at my life, pretty involved in the church. It was just such a fundamental part of our lives. The only time, and I heard you kind of say like, classic Christian suburban family, you stop going to church around like 8, 10, whatever. And I had buddies who they stopped going to church too. The only times that we didn't go is if we had like a baseball tournament on that weekend. And then we would do like devos in the car or whatever. The things that I picked up from it though, definitely like scriptural knowledge. I didn't understand it. The thing that was lacking when you're a kid is the idea of a relationship with God. You don't understand that. It's just, we go to church because we're a church-going family. Yeah. My parents pray because we're Christians. You know what I mean? But you don't. The idea itself is just too complex to comprehend.
Yeah.
But there are aspects that I look back on, like knowing certain Bible stories. Like I still, carry them with me.
Yeah.
And just like the knowledge that built into when I was old enough, like 18, 19, 20, like, no, it's not about, how much money you give to the church. It's not about how often I go to church. It's about you're building a relationship with a guy that you can't see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the faith aspect. And I don't know. That's just something that we're kind of getting off topic a little bit, but I think it's just so important to see that in a woman, like a woman knowing that is truth.
Absolutely.
That's fundamental for me.
Yeah. So I agree. Last story.
Grandparents.
I recently asked my grandparents who they live in France.
Nice.
Fun part of the story. They live in France and they've been together like 60, 70 years, something like that.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, probably 65 years, 70 years. And I asked them, like, what's the most... I'm at this phase in my life where I'm, like, asking my parents, my grandparents questions. Like, why have I never dug deep in my life? Like, that's so not fun.
Like, they didn't date and get married, too? And
yeah, like, I'm like, why do I not know where the they're from? Like, what did they do at any age before I was born? I know nothing.
Wait, you guys weren't always 50?
Yeah, I tell people my mom's from, like, Long Island, New York. And my mom's like, I'm not from Long Island, New York. I'm like...
I think I gotta text some people.
I should probably ask you more questions. And so the other day I was like, I want to ask you guys a relationship question. I'm like, what's the most valuable thing you've learned in a relationship? Both of them, pretty much no hesitation, was like, trust.
Yeah. It's huge.
Like, all right, next question.
Yeah, question for girls.
A 7 with confidence or an insecure 10? What do you rate yourself? Dude, no one will do this.
Yeah.
And everyone will do it by themselves.
You'll rate yourself?
I don't know about publicly.
Would you rate yourself with a decimal? That's all I really care about.
Like, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, I think it's better to not, because then you don't know how far you stand. Like, if you say you're a 9, you're an asshole. But if you say you're an 8, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But if you say you're an 8, you might be an 8-9.
Yeah.
You know
right. Exactly. Or if you say like a soft 9, then people are like,
would you rate yourself? Like, you know what you are.
I'd say.
Or you have an idea.
I got a ballpark. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Did you want to talk about it?
I don't know, dude.
Do you want me to go first? Are you nervous?
You sound really down to do something that I thought I was really down to do. And then I brought it up, and now I'm not really down to do it.
I would say I'm like you want to do it at the same time so that we don't like...
No, I feel like it's going to come off more dickish for sure.
Because you like yourself.
I love my... Yeah, I'm dope. What do you mean? Like,
that's fine. I think that's fine.
But I'm real. Like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I understand where I lie.
Can I guess what you're going to say?
How about how about this first of all? Let's rate ourselves.
Rate each other?
Rate ourselves.
This is the gayest thing I've ever done on the podcast.
Fine,
okay. All right. I'll rate you.
No, you got to rate yourself first.
No.
Yeah, because then you're going to change your rating based on what the other person says.
You got to write it down. Write it down on your phone.
Okay, this is intense, dude. Why did I bring this up? Shit. All right, what do I rate myself?
All right, I'm rating myself Yeah, that's easy.
All right, I got it. Oh wait, we have to write. Oh, we have to write both of them down.
Yeah, I'm writing yours down right now.
Oh no, this is a terrible idea.
And what was your name again?
Jack. Wait, hold up. Let's do this. Let's do this a different way, dude.
I like this way. What's your issues?
This can't work.
Why?
It's just all right.
I got mine written down. I'll put my phone down.
All right. Why did I bring this up?
It's so
this
good.
Is so stupid.
You already know what they are, though. Like, now you're just tripping.
No, I don't know yours. I'm having to rate you right now.
Yeah, rate me what you think I am.
All right, man. I'm an honest guy.
I'm a gem, dude.
You're a stud. Yeah. Also, the best part is I DM'd you. We just fucking like, this is my boy. We're good.
We're cool. We've known each other for like 6 days.
I'll explain why I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
You know what, dude? Actually, I got a perfect explanation. All right, let's go.
Is this really eating you up right now?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, you want to start? You rate yourself, and then I'll rate myself. I'm going to put my phone up here, too, so.
I'll preface by saying I'm a confident man.
Yeah.
I'm a realist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm an 8'3".
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not 6 foot, so.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. I'm right there with you.
A little asymmetrical. Blew my face out a little bit go-karting a while ago.
Brown eyes. Maybe help if you had
Decent.
blue. You'd be like an 8'7".
What do you got? What are you rocking?
Brown. I'm not touching 8'3". Not with these eyes. And my 9 shoe. No way.
What are you thinking? My 9 shoe? 7.5.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Let's go, man.
You know what that means?
Small ween, right?
No.
Oh.
Small sauce. Right. What do you mean? Sorry. All right, go for it. All
right, I said, for me, 7'7". I gave you an 8'4".
I gave you a 7'8". Okay, you know what's terrible? This is what's terrible. I'm rating myself, and I'm like, okay, what's he? I'm like, am I going to give him a lower score than you? This is But then you gave me a higher score than you.
Right.
That's a dick move.
For you? Why?
I would say...
Can't we just be honest? And
yeah, I think
know
we're
that
being
you're
honest.
probably a little more attractive and I'm a little funnier?
I guess. You're definitely funnier. Without a doubt.
I'm just kidding.
Clip it. Who's laughed more in this podcast?
I laugh a lot.
You do laugh a lot.
I laugh a lot, yeah.
The fact that we actually got close is good. But here's the thing. I'm actually, as much as I say I'm joking, I'm not I'm joking, I'm not ashamed. Mm-hmm. Everyone has a ballpark idea of what they'd rate themselves.
Yeah.
Because you have to understand where do you stand in the world. Now, looks are... they're not irrelevant, but you can do a lot for that number with personality, for confidence, and how you show up.
For sure.
Well, I guess I have more questions.
I think my big one is height. I think that's the thing that's held me back a lot with girls. Like, I've talked to girls, and I've literally had girls tell me, like, you're just not tall enough.
How tall are you?
5'8".
Okay, we're about the same height.
Yeah.
I say 5'8" and a couple, that's some change. I used to say 5'9". I demoted myself, to be real.
No, I can't even give myself change because realistically, I'm like 5'7" and 15/16.
Oh, shit. Then what you might do then is you might demote yourself one day. Because what happened was I was saying I was 5'9". I demoted myself, but if I'm going to demote myself, I'm not going to say I'm 5'8". Give me the
5'8" and some change.
I deserve.
But I can't say 5'7" and some change because that hurts.
That hurts.
It's a soft 5'8".
5'8's like you made it. You're like Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? Like you were below. You're in like a new 5'7".
I'm like Tom Cruise.
You're Zac Efron. You're fine.
You're right. I'm freaking
5'8's good. But honestly, I don't think I. This is tough. We are 1 to 2 inches below average.
Yeah.
But I don't consider
American average. We'd be freaking pro basketball players in Beijing.
Facts. We should go to Beijing.
I'm down
there. We're 9s in Beijing.
I'm a 9.5 in
Brush
Shanghai.
up on the Mandarin and we're ready to go. But no, genuinely, I don't consider us short. I feel like
I'd say we're pretty short.
It sounds ridiculous for me going, I think 5'8" and up is it's not short.
Me 5'7" and change.
But like if I was 6 foot and someone said what is short, I think I might say like 5'8" and up, 5'8" and down.
5'8" and down.
Like that just sounds
5'8" is like
I'm taller than most women. And like like it's rare I meet a girl who's taller than me.
Do you like tall girls?
No.
I kind of do.
Ooh.
It's like Jack and the Beanstalk
Well,
thing.
sometimes I see them and I'm like, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're tall.
Yeah. Me too.
Dude, okay.
Because I just love the legs, man. I had a this is a good story. When I was in high school, a couple girls came over to hang out, and actually my parents weren't home. So
well, Christian, you know what I mean? You do what you do.
Seriously. No, for real. That was like, I'm very conservative household. They definitely like snuck over. They were gone for the night.
Okay.
They came over to watch a movie. And then one of the girls I was talking to didn't realize that she was tall or taller than me by that much.
How do you not realize that?
I just didn't. I think I'm too cocky.
The confidence.
Yeah. I think really I just
you're like, you're short.
She's hot. Yeah. And then we just started chatting and then We went on this walk, and I realized in this moment that she was taller than me because we started to make out halfway on the walk, and then
Were you still walking?
We're still walking, and then we stopped, started making out.
That's good.
And I'm like, I am definitely looking up but not thinking. And then we stopped making out, and standing straight up and her standing straight up, I started kissing her neck. Like romantically.
But it was easy. But you're saying you were purposely doing it.
Like, I just did it because I was like, oh, this would be hot. And then I realized, like, oh my gosh, she's got 8 inches on me because this is like perfect height to kiss her collarbone.
Oh no.
So I was like, oh, all right, well, let's go back. And she was like, yeah, let's go back.
This isn't working.
I think we're both like, this is, no.
You know what I thought you were going to say? What? I thought you were going to say, so I was kissing her, right?
Yeah.
And then I looked down and I'm on the curb. Like, oh, that's not good.
That's not what I was going to say. That's not what I was going to say.
Hey, dead ass though, if you're a guy out there and you've made out with a woman and you are on some sort of platform in doing so, I salute you. Kudos.
Cheers. Cheers to you guys.
That takes a special level
I'll drink to that.
Of confidence. I don't know how much I have left.
I'm getting low too. I've been sipping on this cream soda.
Love me some cream. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Last question.
Yep.
Wait, we haven't even answered the question because I have ADHD. You let someone with disgusting amounts of ADHD on your podcast.
And you're just like, next. I'm like, yep, next question.
A 7 with confidence or an insecure 10?
I'm going to go 7. But that's just
Was that obvious?
I think so.
What if I made it a 6? Harder?
Yeah, that's harder. Yeah.
So I should have made it a 6.
6 probably.
Okay, fine. I'll change it to 6 then.
Okay, so a confident 6 or an insecure 10.
Because you're right. It was a clear 7.
I'm taking the 10 probably. Because then the way that
what are we talking though?
What do you mean?
Long game, short game.
Long game. I'm assuming that it's just like this is wifey and she's either a 6 and she's super dope.
Oh, so this is wifey. So it's long game.
Sure.
You're taking insecure 10 long game.
I don't want to, but I also don't want a 6.
But she's confident. What? She knows what she wants. What if she evolves into an 8? What if it's an investment?
Okay, well, this is where my brain goes.
Yeah.
And obviously, you can't change people, and that's just a misconception that we've had.
You can't, forever. And don't ever try.
Yeah, exactly.
You can change yourself, and that's the best way to do it.
I think my brain goes like, oh, but maybe she could change, and she's still a 10 then, So I think I'd be like, yeah, let's go for the 10, and then fingers crossed, like, hopefully she fixes it a little bit,
Like she gets more secure. You're saying?
Yeah.
See, how I look at it is a 6 with confidence, right?
Yeah.
I'm not that like a 6 is. It's not the end of the world, and it's not ideal. You know what I mean?
No, right.
I probably wouldn't approach. I'm just going to stop speaking right now.
Yeah.
Just to save myself.
We're getting into dangerous waters.
Yeah, please don't let me speak.
I would never talk to a 6.
That was... cut that. I'm honest. I don't care.
I hate when they
But a
breathe
6
on
with
you.
confidence, I'm like... As long as you take care of yourself, you take care of your health, like any girl I want in my life. Like, take care of yourself, take care of your health. It's likely that I would say it's more likely you bump up than you bump down.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
And
like if you're a 6 and you're 45 in great shape, you're probably an 8 at that point.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean?
As a 55-year-old woman.
Exactly. Who takes care of her body, is in great shape. Great.
Yeah.
Takes care of her wellness, her health, her mental health. Yeah. She's got great skin.
And those are attractive qualities.
You're
can even add
taking
to
those 8s that used to be 8s. Now, changing insecurities, that's a
tough.
job.
That's tough.
You've got something on your hands.
It's also not you that's doing it.
And it's not you to fix it.
It's them. So
and will someone fix that? Does that even get fixed?
So I think some people work through stuff, but you're always gonna like my mom's issue that she deals with, and she's like pretty open about it, is that she's a worrier. Like she worries about a lot of stuff, and she tells me still like there's nothing that I can do to not worry. I just have to like hone it in, and like realize like, well, no, I the way she explained it is women's brains are like very scattered. So it's like we'll run into an issue and be like, okay, we can either fix it or we don't fix it.
Because we're proactive.
Yeah. And then women are like, okay, we could try to fix it, but also here are 4 other things that we could try to do instead.
Or we could talk to our friends about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just talk about it.
Just chit chat.
Yeah.
So she was saying like the way that her brain works is like an issue comes up, she worries about it here, but then also here. So I was like, she's like, I just get overwhelmed. And then I'm just like, she's like, feels like she's the problem now, kind of thing. So
see that.
She said that that's something that she's still working on, and she's, middle-aged. So it's like, can you get over insecurities? I think you can work on them. But
no,
I don't think you ever get rid of them completely. That's just
I think
human.
You can. I think you can. And I was the one who said, can you, I don't know why I asked that question, because you can get over insecurities. I'm just saying, like, is it something to bet on? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. No. Majority of people are probably not going to fix those issues. But
so you're going to lock in an insecure 10?
Over a 6,
a 6.
But I'm taking a confident 7 over a 10.
Okay, I'll take the confident 6.
Good on you.
Confident 5, I'll go insecure. And also, I want to preface that.
So that's your line then, 5 to 6. You're not taking a 5.
No.
Even if she's the dopest cat on the planet.
No.
You need a 6.
a real confident six. Like
really
she
confident.
she might as well think she's a 9.
She does.
And in my head, I'm like, but
Baby.
I forget. But no, I do think, to preface this is a serious thing, because I think people look at this. I do think you shouldn't judge people this harshly, but we all do it subconsciously.
Right.
We just don't have the willingness to say it.
No, yeah.
The reason I asked the question,
I think a lot of people know that we're partially kidding, but there's truth to it.
we say nothing.
All right, next thing we're gonna do.
The reason I asked that question is everyone has an idea of where they're at, and I think everyone's idea that they wouldn't say out loud, like whatever you truly believe inside, is probably accurate to some extent.
Yeah, probably.
And if it's inaccurate, it's probably predicated on your personality. If you're hyper confident, you probably are going to be higher than most people would rate you.
For sure.
And if you're very insecure, you're probably going to be less. Like, I have some of the most, this is a weird phenomenon, but you might not know this.
Yeah.
Some of the most attractive men I know, like model men.
Yeah.
They have no game, super insecure, cannot talk to chicks.
Yeah.
So I bet, I can imagine, like, one of my friends, he's probably he's a nice 9'3".
Yeah, I got a buddy like that.
And I bet you if you ask him, he's going to be lower. But I think people who, like, if I had a friend who's hyper confident, talks to chicks, no problem, he's like a 7'5". If you ask him, he's probably going to say an 8.
Yeah.
So I think everyone has a clear idea of where they stand accurately for the most part. So I don't think it's rude to say it out loud. I just think people are scared.
I think people are sensitive too, and I don't really.
So if you're mad that we're saying these things, you're thinking them. So
we also rated ourselves too, and we were pretty much spot on. So we're probably experts.
You made me feel better.
Yeah.
If I said that and you're like, he's like a 7 and you're a 9, I'm just like, well, like, what do you do? Like, I don't choose what I look like.
No.
I take care of myself. You take care of yourself. That's the best we can do. And we're born how we born. You have a mustache. That bumped you up at least 2 points.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine you without it, but I don't even want to think about it.
A month ago, I was an easy 5'7". Now I'm a 7'7". This Magnum PI freaking.
You look like
2-seater on me.
Handsome Morgan Wallen, dude.
Thanks, man. I get Casey Affleck a lot.
Is that Ben's brother?
Yeah.
I've never seen him.
Really?
Should I look him up?
Yeah.
Casey Affleck.
You know what? I actually saw...
You know what? He's actually my home screen.
Yeah, here, check it out. No.
Casey Affleck.
Yeah, Casey Affleck.
Does he act?
Yeah.
Have I seen him?
Have you seen Good Will Hunting?
Yeah, but I was probably 5.
Oh.
All right, he's got a weird Jared Leto vibe to him.
Does he?
I mean, that's Jared Leto from where you're sitting.
That's me from where I'm sitting.
I'm sitting there and here.
You know,
also, you can't tell me you're not seeing some Jared Leto, though. Come on, I can't be.
Oh, yeah, I see it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who you look like? You look like Garrett Casto. You know who that is?
Yeah.
You ever get that?
No.
Really?
Handsome kid, hyper talented. He might be, okay, hear me out. Another egotistical thing I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I grew up doing action sports, so I'm like extremely...
Is that what he's in?
He's just very, very talented. He's very popular.
I think that looks a lot like you.
Huh. Interesting take. Yeah, I can see it, I guess.
Yeah.
He's extremely good at stuff. That's what he's popular for. He's really good at snowboarding. He can flip. He can cliff jump. He can just pop up a kendama and do tricks.
Yeah.
I am that same way.
Okay.
I grew up trying everything, and I'm just like, I have a knack for things besides team sports.
Oh, so like you're like snowmobile. Give me on a snowboard. Give me on
super high
skateboard.
IQ like body movement.
Okay.
Like I'm very
balance.
coordinated.
Yeah.
And so it's funny because he's the one person, like, I can skate. He's better than me at skating, but I could maybe beat him in skate.
Yeah.
He can backflip a scooter. I used to ride scooters professionally.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's a perfect person for me to, and we follow each other. So like, we got to collab one day and like do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Here's this lineup of 10 gnarly things we're going to do today. He's probably going to beat me.
What you should do is right when you meet him, you should be like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate yourself?
He's an 8.3. No hesitation.
Yeah, you're like, wow.
Or no, you know what he does? He goes 8.4.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what do you rate yourself?
He's a handsome kid. He's probably better looking than me. He's got like this weird thing to him.
He's got a good vibe to him. Just like
he's got blue eyes too.
Yeah,
he's me with blue eyes.
Yeah,
maybe that's where he's.
That's how you're.
He could be shorter than me though. He looks small.
He does look kind of short.
He could be a nice 5'5".
Yeah.
He's probably not. He's probably 5. He's probably he's probably 5'8" and 4 quarters.
5'8" and a little.
You know how
bit
much that is?
5'8" and 4 quarters.
Yeah.
5'8" and 4 quarters would be 5'9".
Thank God. That was my question. My puzzle for the.
Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
Do you know more men or women who have been unfaithful in their relationships, which we touched on?
We did touch on.
But I'd be curious to see girls' points of view.
Yeah, me too. I want
to
drop
your ego, by the way, when you answer this.
I actually asked a girl, beginning of season 3, I had said, like, who do you see as being more faithful, guys or girls? And she was like, well, from a girl's perspective and getting cheated on by guys, it seems pretty easy to say, like, girls. She's like, but I'm sure you're going to say guys. And I was like, yeah, that's true. So I think there is an
aspect
of
does that hold true? Like, what if you're a guy that these people we're talking about are people who are unfaithful. So if you ask those people that, they've probably cheated more than they've been cheated on.
Maybe.
So are they going to be honest?
Yeah, who knows? But like, who knows if you're being honest, kind of thing. Like, it's just word of mouth. So like,
well, yeah, that's fair.
People are just.
Well, as I'm saying, who knows if anyone's being honest? My point though is, I guess at that point you just.
I think at the end of the day, people are crummy, and you got to find the right one, and the one that's not going to be crummy. And then after that, it's like, well, who cares if other people are being unfaithful? Like, we got our thing rocking and rolling. Yeah, who cares?
I listened to a relationship podcast actually today.
Did you?
Phenomenal, with a guy named Matthew. I'm so bad at names, but actually I want to mention this because, dude,
super good.
The best relationship podcast I've ever listened to.
Dope.
And then I found this guy. He literally sounds like, I thought he was Harry Potter. Matthew Hussey. Hussey. Cool dude. Yeah. English folk.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah. Sounds good. I mean, I'm all about it. I kind of want to get into that world.
They touched on it.
Did they?
They pretty much was just like, if you're in a relationship that's so good, it's like, why would you leave? Like, get a relationship where there's like, you both provide so much. There's like no reason to search elsewhere. That's a really, really Cliff Note version of it because so much more goes into it.
Of course, yeah.
But the overarching thing is like, if both people are showing up, both people are providing, there's always other options. There's always better looking people. There's always richer people. There's always other people.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Now is the relationship worth the liability of losing that person for your little quick fixes? And it's like, most of the time in a good relationship, not even it's close.
Not. Yeah, right.
You're like, okay, that person's hot, but I don't give a
yeah, right.
Like, so what? My relationship's great. I have no interest in that.
Kind of like what you're touching on for like the dopamine thing. I think a lot of people are just so in tune with like stimulation now. Like we get so much stimulation that like you get into a situation, it's going well. And we've even broken down relationships a little bit on like, you go through the honeymoon phase, you go through the trials, the tests, you come back through on the other end like, oh, this is my best friend. And then it's like kind of, it's uphill from there, but like there are ebbs and flows. I think a lot of people get into those valleys a little bit and they're like, oh my gosh, like this is not what I wanted. I can go get this from somewhere else, like the parts that I want. And then they bail. And then they're like, oh, no, it wasn't that small.
What's cool in that? So the science behind that, I just read a book on dopamine.
Nice.
And it explains the inner workings of dopamine and then what's called like high and low molecules. So like oxytocin, endorphins, all these, they're like the molecules that make you feel good. Right. So dopamine is desire driven. And so when you start a relationship, it's fueled by dopamine.
Okay.
You want to stop these?
No, we're good. Oh. I was just checking on them.
When you get in a relationship, it starts with dopamine because everything's desire based. You're desiring new experiences with this person. It's a chase. It's progression. What is this relationship going to be like in a month, in 6 months? What are the things we're going to do together?
Right.
How's it going to evolve? What are more things I can learn about this person? But every relationship by nature hits a point where dopamine is never satisfied, and also dopamine stops spiking when the same thing is duplicated over and over again.
Right, yeah.
And so a relationship will become repetitive enough just by nature, not in specific, right? Like you can do new things, but you are now more comfortable with that person. You know more about that person. You've spent more, the time with that person becomes repetitive.
Yeah.
And so eventually those dopamine spikes don't last forever.
Right.
And so what happens is that's when the honeymoon phase is essentially the dopamine desire phase. That's when you feel like that's a dopamine
like hang out
rush.
with them every single day.
Correct.
Yeah.
But what happens is every relationship, when they exit the honeymoon phase, is that dopaminergic period in the relationship is ending. And so where people fail to do is at that moment is when you need to switch to prioritizing the high and low molecules. So you need to move to gratitude and appreciation and time and activities together and learning new things and experiencing new things together. Like that's why when you say like a relationship is it's a plant, it needs to be watered, right? When like you can break all those down, those probably examples people have used in relationships, you can break them down to like dopamine and high and low molecules. Right. So is the cool thing to learn, like in a relationship, the reason people get to that point when they're like, why do I not feel that way about this person that I did when I started, is because dopamine isn't driving your relationship anymore.
Right.
And a lot of people, they bail.
Yeah.
They get out or they start fighting and they just don't understand it. They think the other person changed. What happened is both people changed.
Right.
Both people are supposed to be transitioning more so into that next phase, the longevity phase of the relationship, because gratitude and all those things, they're sustainable.
Yeah. Right.
Dopamine is not.
Right. That's so interesting. Yeah. I don't think we touch base on dopamine often enough when we talk about relationships, because obviously it does have a straight pathway into how it affects the way that we treat each other for the first 2 months, the way that we treat each other for the last 2 months, or like you get into a 2-year relationship, like why does it not feel the same way anymore?
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Like yeah, you get into something new. It's exciting. It's fun. It's just like any other thing. It's like a career, you know, you get into it and you're like, this is awesome. Yeah. And then 6 months later, you're like, I want to quit.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm done.
I don't want to do this anymore. So yeah, good insight, man.
And I don't know the solution. Like the solution isn't that clear to me.
No.
I understand what they're saying.
Yeah. Just a couple of young cats trying to figure it out here, man.
20s, man.
Cheers. It's workshop years, baby.
To our 30s. What's next? What do we got?
We got our last game. Last thing we're going to do today, cute or cringe. It's kind of a staple. We do it every episode.
If it's a staple, I'm here.
I'm going to give you a variable, an example, just something. And
watch me, dude. I'm going to blow all the people who say cringe. I'm like, that's adorable.
Yeah. I've had some people who are like totally against the grain. I've had some people who are, cookie cutter answers. So
got it.
Anything you got, man. All right. Your first one is cute or cringe. Getting your shoulder popped back into place.
Well, I've dislocated mine 7 times. So I've had it done 7 times, and it's not cute any of the times.
Not a single time.
It's
it was like
very cringy.
Yeah.
The last time I was actually out for an hour and 10 minutes.
Really?
I finally got it back in right as we were about to leave for the hospital.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Was that the time? Was that one of your YouTube videos? Because that's what I pulled.
But a lot of my
Yeah, your trampoline video, the injury fail one.
I've documented a lot of them.
Yeah.
I have a lot of them on camera.
Yeah.
The first one was on camera.
Yeah. You were like on the phone with your mom. You're like, yeah, they just gave me a big Tylenol. I'm feeling good. Just kind of hungry.
That kid's funny, dude. Who is that?
That kid's hilarious.
He's not as funny as Jack, but he's funny.
Yeah. He's up there. All right, here's your next one. All right. Cute or cringe? Bryce Hall.
Now?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize my options. He's not cringe now, I feel.
You thought he was.
He's been before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think now we'll have to go cute.
Is this like one of those like, he's my homie? Like I see.
No. So I used to be close to Bryce, but I'm not really friends with him anymore.
You guys don't chat at all?
No.
I just saw that was
kind of got deep in that world. And I just classic. You know what I mean? But
he definitely ran with it. I mean, he's big time now.
Yeah. I'll gas him up.
Yeah.
His content now is actually really funny.
Is it?
Yeah, it's funny.
It's not my world.
And a lot of people now are like commenting like, this is actually funny.
Oh, interesting.
And he's funny. I'm not saying he was never funny. He was funny off camera. Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm not going to say more than that. Like maybe I don't even know if I think he was funny on camera or not. I'm sure he's had cringe moments for sure.
I mean,
but lately we'll go cute because I don't think he's that cringe anymore.
Let's go, man.
Yeah,
I never went through a phase of like, oh yeah, I liked Bryce Hall, I don't now. Or like, oh, I didn't like Bryce Hall, I do.
Yeah.
It's not really my world.
You're Switzerland.
I mean, yeah, I'm neutral, baby.
You're like, he's cute. Bro.
Yeah, he's like an 8.2.
What do we rate Bryce Hall? Clipped.
No, I think he's just a dude doing his own thing, trying to figure it out in a world that everybody's eyes are on him. So I get like you're gonna be cringy sometimes, man. You're gonna say things that you didn't mean, or your emotions are gonna get in the way. I don't really have much else to say about him other than the fact that like I just never got into his content because it's not catered to me.
No,
you know.
Besides, like, he's almost intertwined with Barstool. Like, Josh is with Dave. So
I mean, yeah, kind of. I don't pair him in with Barstool, though, really.
No,
I don't think of him as, like,
I'll
Barstool.
give you this, though.
I pair him in more with, like, Charlie D'Amelio on, like, TikTok. Yeah.
This is my good insight on Bryce Hall. Yeah. This will be valuable. The cool thing about Bryce's content now is when I knew Bryce Hall, I met him when he was, like, kind of like just popping off on YouTube a little bit, like almost pre-TikTok.
Yeah.
Super good friends with him all the way until like right before he popped off.
Oh.
And the person he is and that genuine content he wanted to create back then is what he's finally creating now.
Oh, really?
So the content he's creating now is finally the most authentic version of Bryce Hall.
So who was telling him to post the other stuff?
It's just nothing. It's just the world. You get into it through Addison Rae and you're in TikTok and you're hanging out with all these kids. It's like you start dancing. Like Bryce Hall doesn't dance. Like I don't know when he got in it. He's not bad at it. He's better than I am.
I didn't know he danced, to be honest.
Yeah, like that's in that prime time he was doing TikTok dances. Like Bryce Hall does not dance.
Yeah.
At least to my knowledge. So like to seeing it go, evolve, fighting all this stuff. Right now, he is the most Bryce Hall on content that he was when I did.
Genuine. That's cool, man.
So that's a compliment.
Shout out Bryce. That's cool. That definitely gives me a different perspective on who he is.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people that you talk to who don't know Bryce Hall at all, but like see him on, YouTube, especially dudes like our age, 25-year-olds would be like, that dude's cringy.
Yeah.
So cringy. I'm not gonna hate on
I think it's cool now. Like he's always been a party animal.
Really?
I didn't even mean to to say it. Like, I think that's his thing, is party animal. But he has always been that kid.
Really?
So that to see him go around to frat parties and sororities and stuff and talk about chicks, like he's the same way off camera.
Yeah.
Identical.
Yeah.
So if you think he's cringe there, then you think he's cringe in person, and he doesn't care because that's him.
Yeah.
So like,
but I got homies like that too who are like, I know that they're cringy, but they're my homies. Yeah. So it's like, it's funny. It's okay. It's like, no, that's just, whatever, Ryan or what, I'm throwing a random name out there, but like, that's him, whatever.
And I'm unbiased. Like I am not homies with that kid anymore. But.
Yeah. Cool, man. All right, we'll move on. Cute or cringe? Girls who play video games.
Cringe.
Cringy.
Yeah.
Not a big video game guy, huh?
I love video games.
You don't like girls playing them, though?
I don't think... Okay, listen. I'll preface again. I have to preface everything.
I feel like I'm always like trying to catch you in a snare or something.
I know.
You're always like, well, hold on. Let me take a step back.
I have two parallel hot takes that completely disregard each other.
Okay.
I don't think adults should play video games regularly.
Yeah.
I think it's just super unproductive.
Yeah,
And I don't think everyone needs to be productive all the time, but if it's like a hobby of you from 8 to 12 a.m. every night, it's probably not good. I look down as that.
Yeah.
I look down on that as an adult.
Yeah.
With that being said, I did go to the World Cup of Fortnite.
Did you?
I think maybe twice, maybe once.
Really?
Because my ex played in it as like a celebrity game, and it was probably one of the coolest.
You won it?
Bro, no, I wasn't in it.
Oh.
I went to it.
Oh, you went to it.
And hung out with everyone and all the gamers, and I was like, this is a sick world.
Yeah.
So now, I think if a girl played video games professionally, dope. If you made a career out of it, cute as f***.
Okay. But if you're just...
But also that type of chick, like, I'm going to generalize here, like, from what I see, like, that world is just not really my style. That's not your chick. Yeah, it's not my style. But I'm sure I could find a chick that went pro in video games that aligns with everything.
Yeah, right.
I just don't think if you play it as a hobby all the time as a chick... No, it's
not that attractive, yeah.
And again, that's not a generalization about girls.
Yeah.
My opinion on it, to me, it's not
for
cute.
adults.
It's cringe.
You're saying adults.
Yeah.
So you're saying dudes too.
Yeah.
I do think that it's so funny to me, and especially when you talk to like our parents' age people, they're like, if you tell them like, yeah, my buddy plays video games for 8 hours a day, they'd be like, what? Like, how's that possible? And then if you tell them, yeah, my buddy plays 8 hours a day, but he also gets donations of about like $2,000 a night, they'd be like, good for him.
Exactly.
Like, good for him. So once the money comes in the picture, everybody's perception changes a little bit. But that's anything, though. Yeah,
and I grew up big gamer growing up.
Did you?
Big gamer.
Would you play COD?
It would have been professional at Call of Duty if you could go professional at Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And
Can you not? I thought you could.
No, when I was young.
Oh, yeah.
It was like when Optic, if you remember. Did you play COD?
Yeah, I played Black Ops. So Black Ops 1 through 4.
Okay, when FaZe Clan had just started trick shotting.
Yeah.
Like before they were
No
even
scopes.
in org.
Yeah.
I'd been playing COD religiously my whole life. Like my mom hated it. And I got to a point right at that time where I was like, this isn't productive.
Yeah, I gotta
Get
stop.
off. Looking back on it, it's not really my vibe. Like I'm an outdoors person. I love communication. I'm an extrovert. So probably good I didn't go pro in video games. But I do enjoy them.
Looking back now, like I love video games too. I still play Fortnite. Like I think it's a good time. Definitely doesn't consume my life when I'm busy because like I just got too many other things that I care about more. But I agree with you in the sense that like if you're spending all of your time on it, it's cringy. Guy or girl, doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
If you're making money on it or you're doing something productive with content creation involved, dope.
Sick.
Cute.
Yeah, if you stream, you don't need to be successful.
No.
If you're trying to do something with it, that was what I did. I got back into Fortnite. I got back into video games, got a PC for like a year.
Yeah.
And the only way I could get myself to do it is if I was going to stream. And if I was going to do something productive with it.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was saying too.
Yeah.
And then I ran into some issues with PlayStation. They have it set up weird, but we don't have to get into that.
Idiots.
Stupid. Japan. I think they're from Japan. What, Japanese people can't
They're
be down?
definitely from Japan.
Yeah, Sony?
Yeah.
Sony.
Dude, do you know who Dashi is?
Dashi?
You ever got him Dashi XD?
No.
When you're bored one night, you type in Dashi XD.
I'll do it tonight.
PlayStation unboxing. Actually, I might force you to watch this while I'm here. Greatest piece of content on the internet.
I'll watch it.
Okay.
I'll watch it. You ever seen the video Celery?
I'll watch it.
I don't know if you want
Sounds
to.
so good. Oh my God.
It's pretty funny. All right, next one. Move on. We got two more.
All right.
Done. Cute or cringe, Shane Gillis.
Cute.
Cute
as
I have been listening to his podcast like every single day lately.
Wait, so like what made you ask me that question? Did you add that when I said it?
No, I already had it.
What made you ask that?
What made me ask?
What made you assume I knew who Shane Gillis was?
I didn't.
Wow.
I know.
So my buddy who lives in Arizona is obsessed with Shane Gillis. And he put me on and I'm like, I'm dying.
Yeah, dude.
Dying.
Do you listen to his podcast?
I've heard clips, but I just came across a stand-up.
It's called Shane and Matt's Secret Podcast.
Okay.
And I'm like going through like past ones already. So like I'm like 2 months deep.
And it's incredible.
He is the funniest human I've ever heard, I think.
I think I've... Yeah,
like his timing is unmatched. Like Kevin Hart status timing, in my opinion. I think Shane Gillis is so funny. Two completely different like forms of comedy, because Shane's is very like focused on like coming from a Christian, like a Catholic, conservative background, and then like teasing that group, but also teasing all the softies. Whereas Kevin Hart is, talking about a completely different world, and they're funny in their own ways. Yeah. But I think Shane Gillis is just prime time. Comedic timing is mint.
You know who's crushing? Actually, you're just gonna know who I'm gonna say.
Probably. Should I guess?
Yeah.
I should guess.
Who's crushing right now? Who is biggest player in the comedy game right now? And that's actually, that's tough. Biggest like social presence in the comedy game right now.
Man, I mean, I got an idea. And for some reason, I feel like you're going to be like, that's my uncle.
No.
Theo Von?
One of not who I'm talking about. One of the greatest people in the entire world. Not your uncle? Not my uncle. I literally send Theo Von clips pretty much all day. Yeah. It's the only thing that's on my TikTok. Matt Rife.
Matt Rife. I know that name.
He's a guy, handsome kid.
Oh, I know that guy.
Does crowd work like a G.
I know this kid. Yeah, he's funny.
Blowing up right now. Blowing up.
He's hilarious when it comes to racial touchy points.
Is he?
He says it in a way where it's like you like almost crossed the line, but it's funny enough that it doesn't matter.
Which in comedy,
that's what it is.
We like that brings people together.
I know.
You're in a room full of people of all different ethnicities. If you're able to do that, it's good.
If
you're able to laugh at it, it's good.
Right.
And we can't do that anymore.
I know.
So the people who are doing it right, crushing.
Yeah.
And okay, this one I love him, and I'm not embarrassed to say like Andrew Schultz is the best at that.
He's hilarious.
He's so his good. Special.
Yeah.
I pretty much watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
With my jaw dropped. Yeah. I was like,
can he say that?
But it was hilarious.
It's so
I was
funny.
too busy jaw drop that he said that to be laughing. Yeah. And it was incredible.
Yeah. That's such a good one. That's a great special.
Unbelievable.
And I love that he didn't confine to like, he got associated with Netflix. They had said, yeah, we'll put your special out. And then he was like, all right, here it is. And they were like, cool, we're going to take out about 15 minutes. And he was like,
I bought it back.
Yeah. He's like, nope, not doing that.
Might have been a marketing. My take might have been marketing.
Could have been. Yeah.
The whole thing.
I found out that The Interview was a marketing ploy. You ever see that movie? With Seth Rogen.
Yeah. A marketing play for what?
I don't know if you remember, but when it came out, they were like, we can't put it in the theaters because Kim Jong-un said he was going to bomb any theater that movie played in. And so they never played it, but then they just put it straight onto streaming services. And then everybody was like, oh my gosh, like I'm not even supposed to be watching this movie right now. And it blew up. And now it's on HBO Max.
What blew up? The movie? Film or the house they watched it in?
The house, yeah. Kim Jong-un did in fact bomb every person that was streaming that movie. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so sad. I don't know.
I didn't know about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wait, like so real Kim Jong-un said that, not like Kim Jong-un the movie.
No, like there was rumors that came out that said like I'm pretty sure the production company was like, we can't put this into theaters because Kim Jong-un is sending threats that he's going to bomb cinemas that play it, whatever.
But like people actually thought Kim Jong-un was going to send sourced missiles to different cinemas to blow up enough so that they didn't put the movie in theaters.
I think it was enough for people to be like, oh shoot. And then it came out and they're like, oh, I can watch it. So like, I think that's when people realize like, oh, maybe this wasn't real.
America, man.
I know. You got to love it though.
If Kim Jong-un bombed a movie theater from North Korea, in the United States,
it'd be an absolute shot.
Like
that's Steph Curry.
You are the most
of nuclear
impressive player on planet Earth.
Yeah. 25 kills.
And like, where were our systems? Our system just off. He shut our systems off. Like
all the politicians were watching the movie.
Oh my god! All right, we got one more, don't we?
We got one more.
Talk to me.
Last cute or cringe? Thigh tats on a chick. Come on, there's no curveballs anymore. We're deep.
What is a thigh? Like I'm just imagining a thigh tat on a girl.
Yeah.
Because I have thigh tats. You know this. A lot of them.
Yeah.
They're right around your short line.
Yeah. Nope. I'm saying the one that.
They don't look ideal when I have underwear on.
Really?
Because there's just too much gap. So when you said thigh tats, I'm imagining booty shorts, space, thigh tats.
No, more like booty shorts. Half of the tat is showing. The other half is on her hip.
Oh.
But it's big. Think like Cardi B peacock.
She have a peacock?
Oh, yeah. Let me show you.
I think tattoos on girls are extremely cute.
You think so?
Love it.
I would disagree actually with you.
Okay. That's good. We found
non-common
finally. Ground.
About damn time. This is her thigh tat.
That's her ass for starters.
Yeah, cheers.
And there's also a thigh tattoo in front of me as well.
Just zoom
Cheers. Wow.
It's huge.
That's not cute, but like in general, like cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I'm not gonna. I could imagine one being cool.
Yeah. So does the size of a tattoo matter? Like, do you like a girl
girl could be blasted.
Really?
Yeah.
Like full sleeves. Let's say she's got full sleeves.
Sleeves,
Love
legs. I don't mind.
Really?
Love it.
Not me. I can do it if it's like the Christian tattoos. You know, like the wave on the ankle, or like
John 3:16.
Yeah, no, I don't actually. Let me step back. I don't love those tattoos because they don't feel genuine to me.
Yeah,
but like
they're not. Probably.
Yeah, right. But like if it's like a little like cactus on your ankle, or like
that's Christian.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like I'm trying to bring it back again.
Okay, I'm confused.
Just like if you think of a white Christian girl, she's got like these teeny tiny.
Why is she white?
I don't know, man.
Where do we go? How did she get white?
She's always been white.
Oh my. Are all Christian girls white?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's a known fact.
Okay.
No, just kidding. No, like I'm thinking of like girls that I went to college with.
Yeah.
They got like the God is greater than whatever on the wrist, or like small stuff like that doesn't bother me.
So it doesn't need to be Christian actually. You just mean like Christian like.
Yeah, like the tattoos.
Just cute, little cute girl tattoos.
Yeah.
A Halsey. What about the Halsey where it's little tattoos everywhere?
I kind of like that.
Hot.
Kind of hot.
Even hotter.
Yeah.
That's ideal to me.
The thing that my mom cemented into my head when I was younger is she would always say, you can like a girl with tattoos, just know that when she's wearing her wedding dress, like everybody's gonna see all that ink. Hot to you.
Hot.
Not hot to me. I don't know why.
Again, like here's the thing. I could date a girl who's blasted.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Yeah.
Wedding day, maybe not.
You like
ideal.
the scattered? What's your
That's
ideal?
my favorites.
Yeah.
Like the little tattoos scattered, super artistic,
Yeah.
fine line.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep.
Maybe some neck stuff.
I like the ones behind the ears. Those are cute. It's kind of like, oh, you got a bad side.
Let me kiss that on the curb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of vibe on
That's
a walk.
right. Let me try to get to that music note behind your ear.
You like music? No.
No.
Oh, so yeah, cute.
Cute. All right, man.
Not cringe.
Well, that was your last cute or cringe. So we just wrapped up the episode. That was good. Do you want to keep chatting? I mean, we got.
No, I think you're good, dude.
I think
you're like kicking me off the show.
I think
Get
we're
the fuck
big
outta
chilling.
here.
No, I'm not trying to kick you out. I really not.
Kick me out, dude.
We have 2 hours of content though, so we can cut the cameras and keep chatting if you want. But
I mean, we can do that. Let's bore them a little less.
all right, Brody. Well, that wraps up the podcast. Thanks for coming by. I had fun today, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Who would have known?
Who would have thunk?
The universe, bro.
Yeah.
Gets you.
Somebody up there.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. We'll catch you next Monday. Peace.
Like a prison science teacher talking
Crush.
about the South. And I guess I'm doing